Hello, good day. I have many friends that are holding NIO position. Therefore, I decided to provide you on my analysis of whether NIO will make money and my position in NIO. Let's go. A recap: since July 19th until now, I have been selling covered call options on NIO and C. This continues, and I have a covered call option in NIO to be expired in coming Friday. I am totally out of C call options. I will continue to do a balance approach on NIO because I feel that speculative money is not out of NIO and there can be a good chance on catalysts to come into play in coming months. Let's go through NIO analysis. If you view NIO as an electric vehicle player, it is hardly to get excited from its report card. The earning on August 29th is bad. The stock price for NIO has been punished by minus 25% in a month. At this price point, it has been down by near 50% in the past 1 year. So it means that NIO is losing its shine as an electric vehicle players. But is NIO position it's as an electric vehicle player or something more? Let's us go into the price action before we analyze this. From NIO price action, it has been fluctuating in the rectangular box from April to August, forming a nice base. Recently, it has an upsurge in price and I have sold it around $14.60. After that it has been falling down and into the second rectangular box. I feel speculation money has yet leave the market, and also NIO is positioned more as a battery swapping and lifestyle player. Therefore, we should watch out whether NIO will retest this resistance in the next 2 months. Next on NIO, it is helping to resolve a national cost issue. Look at the China oil consumption. It has been rising high from 1965 to 2021, and it has reduced last year. And you can see the reliance of China economy on oil price. Hence, it will be China interest to reduce the reliance on oil, lower oil price and also less pollution as a world superpower. Furthermore, China is very much relying on oil from overseas export. If you look at NIO report in 2021, it is building a network of battery swapping station and also recent news it will have 2,300 station in China by end of this year. Its direction is coincided with the national cost issue to mitigate it.
Therefore, I want to give you a video on analyst talk on NIO just
28%, despite doubling deliveries in July compared with a year prior. The Street's going to be keeping an eye on ramping competition and a sluggish Chinese economic recovery. Speaking of competition, another Chinese EV startup, also in the headlines today, XPeng, says it'll buy DiDi's smart electric car development business in a $744 million all-stock deal. Jeff, you say the bad news has been priced into NIO. Maybe it'd be doing better if its name were VinFast.
That's a great point, John, but I want to be a buyer here of NIO. And yes, you're absolutely right. We are seeing nearly 20% drop in just the last month. Yes, it's up 11% year to date, but it's had so much to grapple with. It's in reaction to lower margins due to Tesla cutting prices. But when you think about the EV market, 60% of it comes out of China. So I think there's exposure here, and you can own this directly in NIO or PGJ. That's the Golden Dragon Index ETF, where there's about a 5% position into NIO in that ETF. But I think at the end of the day, when you look at the way it's going to move higher, technically it has support at the 200-day moving average just down at 10. But I think if it gets back above its 50-day moving average at 1135, it can go back to where it was a year ago at 16, 17, 18. That's 50% higher. So I think a lot of the bad news is priced in NIO. And I think if you want exposure, as we really had a hard time measuring. Any asset manager, money manager out there has had a very difficult time measuring the reboot out of China and the zero COVID ramifications. This is why it's priced in. That's why it's down 45% over the last year. And that's why I want to be a buyer here from a trade perspective, but also, John, from a longer term exposure to the Chinese EV market.
In summary, NIO guidance does not provide any dateline when they will reach profitability. NIO reported a decrease in total revenues of 14.8% year-over-year and a decrease in vehicle sales of 24.9% year-over-year in the second quarter of 2023. The decrease in vehicle sales was primarily due to a lower average selling price and a decrease in delivery volume. I had sold my holding in NIO before the earning date and do selling of covered call from the past 2 months. I believe the catalyst for price action will come from the battery swapping network and software-defined solution. See the new on the oil price shock to China. A lot depend on NIO execution of the plan. Therefore, do subscribe to my channel and I will provide you my views for your trading considerations. Thank you.